It's clear that Luka has breathed new life into this Lakers franchise. I'm now at the place where I expect a deep playoff run,
State Marco Rubio is leading U.S. talks with Ukrainian officials just like he did last month with Russians.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country will propose a truce in the sea and the sky, including an end to missile and drone attacks. Russia has so far rejected any talks of a ceasefire. And while the Trump administration has made clear they expect Ukraine to make concessions to end the war, it's not known what they'll ask Russia to give up in return.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Before the talk started, Ukraine bombarded Russia with hundreds of drones. Many were shot down, but some did damage in Moscow. At least 3 people were killed. President Trump will meet with more business leaders the day after another huge sell-off on Wall Street.
There is uncertainty not only in the markets, but on Capitol Hill, too, where lawmakers are hoping to avoid a government shutdown this week. House Speaker Mike Johnson is hoping Republicans can muscle the GOP short-term spending bill on their own. They are expected to vote on the bill later this afternoon, but there are some GOP members who are on the fence about voting yes.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. If 2 Republicans joined Democrats voting no, the spending bill would not pass, as Democrats fight DOGE in court. A federal judge has ruled the department is likely open to freedom of information requests, adding DOGE has unprecedented authority and unusual secrecy. But Elon Musk, who's leading DOGE's attempt to slash federal spending, tells Fox Business they are being transparent, trying to keep the U.S. from going bankrupt.
Save money for the American taxpayer, stop money being spent on things that I think very few taxpayers would agree make sense.
Another federal judge has temporarily blocked a pending hearing tomorrow the Trump administration from deporting a legal resident with a green card. Mahmoud Khalil was a Columbia grad student last year when he led pro-Palestinian protests on the New York campus. He's accused of being a sympathizer with Hamas, a terrorist organization. America's listening to Fox News.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
It's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard with a qualifying plan. You can choose an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. No hassle, no gimmicks, just honest-to-goodness wireless price right. Dial pound 250, you say the keywords Pure Talk, claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, which is America's wireless company. Visit puretalk.com for details.
President Trump's cabinet is almost full now.
The Senate voting in favor of Lori Chavez-DeRemer to oversee the Department of Labor.
In this vote, the yeas are 67, the nays are 32. The nomination is confirmed.
The Department of Labor among those named in lawsuits challenging Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency's authority to order layoffs and access sensitive government data. While several labor unions, including the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, endorsed the former Oregon Congresswoman's nomination, during her confirmation hearing, she was grilled by GOP senators over her decision to support measures that would make it easier for workers to unionize. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
There's only one Trump cabinet nominee not confirmed. The president's picked to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. She's still in Congress. House Republican Elise Stefanik. The process to confirm her has been on hold, with Stefanik a key vote right now for the GOP in the House with a 218-214 majority. Pope Francis is doing better. Doctors at the hospital in Rome, where he's been for nearly a month, have upgraded the 88-year-old's prognosis, saying the Pope is no longer in imminent danger of death from the double pneumonia he's been battling. But doctors are still cautious that the Pope will remain hospitalized for several more days. Catholics in Washington, D.C. will get a new archbishop today.
Cardinal Robert W. McElroy will be formally installed as the 8th bishop of the Archdiocese of Washington during the special mass at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. The liturgical procession will feature cardinals, bishops, priests, deacons, and the faithful from across the country. Cardinal McElroy has led the Diocese of San Diego since 2015, when he was appointed by Pope Francis upon the retirement of Cardinal Wilton Gregory. The installation mass will be live streamed. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, so there may be an attempted rebound from another big sell-off yesterday. The Dow plunged 890 points. The Nasdaq was down more than 4%, its worst day since September 2022. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A Clinton, Indiana woman pleading guilty to taking part in a murder-for-hire scheme in Urbana federal court. Devetta Cox admitted Friday she offered a supposed hitman $6,000 to murder another person. Cox arrested in January last year, facing 20 years in prison. Heads of two state agencies stepping down. Governor announcing that Illinois Emergency Management, Office of Homeland Security Director Alicia Tate-Nadeau, and Department of Innovation and Technology Secretary Sanjay Gupta will depart this month. Non-tenured track faculty who are members of the University of Illinois Springfield Instructors United officially filed an attempt to strike notice with the Illinois Educational Labor Relations Board. Action comes following a vote by the membership to authorize a strike, which was announced on February the 26th. A hotel in downtown Champaign, officially now under new ownership, Icon Lodging, was sold last December. You're locally up to date. From the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Jim Miller.
Is that the Hyatt, the thing in downtown? That's the story. I heard that the Hyatt sold to somebody in Dallas.
That's right.
Okay, that's the one in downtown Champaign.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean?
I'm not sure. I would assume business as usual, but...
Okay, so why is that a story? Why do I care? Who I want my bed, I want it clean, and I want it to be kind of Hyatt-y.
That's right.
Sometimes I hear those, I'm going, okay, well, how does that affect me again? So, was it your birthday yesterday?
Rumor has it, yes. I will share a picture with you of me and the boys. Yes, it was. Crooked number and half a crooked number. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I got you. We had to play the Beatles for you, but I was slow to the switch.
Day late and a dollar short. It was definitely a Monday for us yesterday.
Yes, and it was Monday for me, but I didn't tell you what about it.
Did you get to
That's the way
go?
I like it.
You get to go bike riding at all, or no?
Not today. In my part of the world, this big pond gets in the way, no matter how close or how far away. And when you get stuff coming down the lake, it's like, the lake is like 35 to 43 degrees, and that just pretty much just takes the wind out of everything around here.
Well,
so,
okay.
Sorry to say.
Greg Solia,
but
another year.
There are more days coming.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, wait, I got to get the bike back from the bike shop. It's being tuned up. So
yeah,
okay.
Because
yes,
that's
they
what,
tune up bikes. By the way,
they do tune up bikes. Yeah,
yes.
No, they do.
Yeah.
The serious bike rider knows when something's not right. So
yep.
Good for you. Okay, It's our meteorologist Greg Solia. It is Tuesday. This is March 11. Basketball is kind of been started. The whole March Madness thing is upon us. Big Ten starts tomorrow. Illinois plays Thursday.
Who do we play? Who do we play?
We're going to play
the winner of Ohio State and Iowa.
That's right. And so this came. You got to hear this, Soya. This came down last night.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
News came down that Merez Johnson Jr. is coming. This is the theme to $6 Million Man.
Yes, I recognized it.
Yeah, back in the, was it mid to late 70s?
70s.
Majors.
Yeah, Lynn
That
Majors. Farrah Fawcett Jr., right? Farrah Fawcett.
That's right. That's where she got her start, I believe.
Yeah. Anyway, Merez Johnson Jr., the freshman phenom, is back. So we will be full strength for the first time since Washington, which is like January 5th. We have not been full strength
and healthy,
in January.
Right? Yeah.
I think so. Kerry Booth, who
that
sees
bug
limited,
is over with, I think.
Well, Kerry Booth was out. He's a guy who doesn't play much, but on the practice team and plays some. He had flu, so he was out this last game. So will we all be in uniform and available? The biggest thing of ability in pro sports is, and even college sports, is availability. Because
and durability.
Well, that too. But man, I'm telling you, injury is just such a big part of the whole thing. And sickness, because you got that whole bug thing that Diane's going through right now.
Yeah.
All right, our weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you virtual visits can bring health care to where you are. Schedule a virtual convenient care appointment today at mycarl.com.
All right, meteorologist Greg Solia. Again, we're loving this 60-degree stuff, man. Near 70 maybe later, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Before we get into a pretty dynamic storm, which continues to show signs of tracking farther north and west. So hopefully that precludes any big rains, although we need the rain, and severe weather as well. But we'll certainly get into a lot of wind and transition back to more seasonal temperatures. Will be about 1 day's worth around here over the back end of the weekend. Another big warm up, grab your bike type weather pattern in sight here for early to more likely mid next week. We do have a little cold front that's again lined up over the border area of Illinois and Wisconsin. That's going to come southward, but for us, it'll change the winds no more than west-northwest direction this afternoon, so no real drop-off. We are in the mid to upper 40s now. Sunrise is just about now, 7:09. We'll head towards an afternoon high of 68 with a mostly sunny sky. Southwest breezes, as mentioned, will shift to the west-northwest. We will turn colder tonight. Just a quick shot of this cooler air with a north-northeasterly wind gusty this evening down to 38, but a big recovery. We'll put 30 on that tomorrow and make a run to 67 under a partly cloudy sky and a south wind for the afternoon. Down to the 40s tomorrow night, 73, and maybe a couple of drops of rain late morning and late afternoon, especially south of Champaign on Thursday. We're heading towards the mid-70s on Friday and mid-60s on Saturday, so not a bad start to the weekend. Couple of showers and thunderstorms, our best likelihood of a couple of stronger storms in a couple of spots late Friday night. Couple of showers for the weekend, especially Saturday to early Sunday. Not a complete wash, though. 66 on Saturday, 48 on Sunday, but then 50s Monday, 60s Tuesday, 70s next Wednesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm just Greg Sold.
Yeah, we have no complaints, my friend. Well done. Well, downtown Tolono made the front page of the news.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Building plans.
Yes. Some improvement, rumblings. Plus, we've got the election. And
who's in those buildings? Anybody? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
It says that they're trying to do some development. They got a little bit going. Is that your Main Street?
It is.
I see.
A little bit of ghost town right now, but you
could seriously, this would help if you put suburb of center of the universe on your water tower.
Oh, now.
That would really help you
Thanks
guys.
a lot, Stevie.
It would really help. See the downtown, it looks like it's like ours.
Right.
Except there's not much development going on.
That's right. But see, we have someone coming in. People have been signing up online. Last I heard in the Tolono meeting that 117, I think, had signed up to be a part of this rejuvenation of downtown. Plus, the Route 45 corridor is being looked at. So, and
Route 45 corridor for
just beautification, making it look better.
There was a time when 57 was thought to have an exit at Tolono. Nobody wanted it. Why would you want that traffic to come into your town? Pasotum's close enough.
Pasotum, and then you got Monticello next. So.
Well, right. I mean, I think people just kind of like the isolation to some extent where the world can't come to your house.
Yes.
So there was that. I do remember that story. Well, when I was growing up, I dribbled the basketball a lot. And every time I was shooting by myself at Philo grade school outside, every time I was shooting because I was at the Assembly Hall State Championship, 3, 2, 1, did that for years and years growing up. And so it's so good to have the State Farm, formerly Assembly Hall, host the high school tournament this weekend.
37,000 fans expected to come in at the end of the week.
Yeah, I wonder how they know that.
I don't know.
How do you pick a number like that?
I mean, you figure how many teams there are, and then their entourage and their parents.
But
and
Aunt
their
Mabel's
school
11. Aunt Mabel has 11, and they can't come this weekend, but they were going to come.
Right.
So I get intrigued by the crowd estimates and how many are coming to my town for an event
Plus,
estimate.
they can tell with the hospitality and how many rooms are booked. And
yeah,
things
but
like
why not
that.
50,000 or 20,000? How do you go 37?
I don't know.
And listen, it's a guess, and they're probably close. I just don't know the methodology.
And I feel like it's $4 million of economic impact.
And how would
to
you
our
know
community.
that? I might have brought my peanut butter and jelly. How do you know? I'm just curious.
People are buying gas.
Yeah, but how do you track that? You can't. Every gas station doesn't report, sales. Anyway, just curious as the methodology. I'm always into logistics. I think about when Moses took people across the desert. How do you get the word out if there were 2 million people? I mean, there were supposedly millions, and there again, it's really hard to track how many were coming out of the exodus of Egypt. So I always question things like that.
I hadn't really thought of that.
Well, that's silly of me. Why would I? God created the heavens and the earth. He can make people hear an announcement,
that's
right?
right.
But for me, it's
I
like,
feel
okay,
like I need to head to the river and walk through
keep
it.
walking through, and then in Exodus, the entire Roman army was, Egyptian army was swallowed up.
That's right.
And yet I'm worried about how people hear in the back. It's just nutty. And I do the same thing with Secret Service and how does Donald Trump get out of his limousine without a plan, that kind of thing.
Right.
It just, anyway.
It is fascinating.
It's a me thing. Quarter after, let's check your sports headlines.
So is Merez back?
Merez Johnson Jr. is back.
I can't believe it.
He is back. It was all over X last night. And yes, the young man who really was coming on, and then he had the impressive double hand block but fell on his left wrist. And it broke. And then we had some U of I alum say, hey, we have a technology where you can have kind of this, looks like a net, but it's firm.
Yeah.
And you can feed stem cell to enhance growth and healing.
Right.
And they did it. And apparently he's checked out. He's practicing this week.
Well, and I would think, a normal cast, it's always itchy. And I remember when I broke my wrist falling on the ice when I was like 10. And I just stuck a pencil down there to try to itch it. And it just drove me crazy. I love the idea of this new cast and letting air in to help everything heal.
Think of a basketball net. It's got that kind of a texture.
I saw it.
Yeah. And so they were able to feed the bone or something.
Right.
I don't know, but that's a thing? Wow. Anyway, yeah, nobody was signing that cast because you couldn't sign that. Anyway, it's pretty cool. That we tapped a U of I alum, apparently.
Right.
And got that done. But it was creative announcement. And, boy, it's great to have him back because inside we're a little thin. Tomislav is kind of a post guy. He can go outside. He can shoot. He can pass. We need some rebounding thickness in there. And
yeah, you're right.
Merez Johnson Jr. adds that. That's really, really exciting news. And now, on we go. Big Ten tournament beginning Thursday, 5:30 for the Illini. The winner of the Ohio State-Iowa game. I would presume Iowa would lose that game to Ohio State, but I don't know. I mean, Iowa obviously playing a little bit better. They've fought us pretty well till we pulled away at the end on the game here a few weeks ago.
And this is at Lucas Oil Stadium in
Indianapolis. And, somebody has sent a text saying, hey, we're trying to meet this player from Michigan because my son's name's Trey and his name. I don't know how you do that.
Right.
They think they can kind of go up and say, yo, Trey. No, it's not like that.
Right.
This thing is so structured.
Yes, it is.
You've got a half hour to play here. The players aren't wandering around. They kind of go here, you go here now. I mean, this is all choreographed.
But there is a way.
A way when? They don't make these kids available. They're just going groups, and they have media availabilities, but you got to have a media pass, and you can't just go down to the court. Yo, it's just a little harder.
Okay.
It's just not like now. If they come in and stay at the I Hotel, you might wander around and you might actually bump into a few.
Yeah, you're right.
But not at Lucas Oil, not in this venue. They are all in sync with what they're supposed to do and when they're supposed to do it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Anyway.
We mentioned the State Farm Center hosting the IHSA State Basketball Tournament at the end of the week. Also at the Arc is the wheelchair basketball tournament with 5 teams.
We're really good.
Yeah.
Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you that new Health and Wellness Center is terrific with over 1,000 members now. Just check it out for yourself and see if there's options for you that would fit into your schedule. It's only $5. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, and Saturday. Another couple of days of outstanding weather for early springtime-ish across the area. Temperatures staying mild, downright warm come Thursday and Friday with increasing shower thunderstorm chances as a dynamic storm makes its way from the plains into the upper Great Lakes region. Mostly sunny for the day today, 68 as west-southwesterly winds turn to the northwest this afternoon. Mostly clear, chillier tonight. We'll bottom out at 38 with a diminishing north-northeasterly wind through the night. Tomorrow back to unseasonably mild weather in the afternoon, partly cloudy, high to about 67, and a bit of a south wind for the afternoon. Lows in the 40s tomorrow night and seasonably warm for the day on Thursday. Breezy, partly sunny, small chance for a shower late morning, late afternoon up to 73. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms for Friday. Some scattered showers over the weekend. 76 on Fridays, mid-60s and dropping Saturday into the upper 40s on Sunday. Back to the 50s Monday, 60s next Tuesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldgay.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Taylor Riggs, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures are indicating some recovery today after yesterday's market sell-off. The Dow and S&P posted the worst day since December on fears the economy could be facing a recession. Southwest Airlines is making a big change. For the first time, it will charge for checking bags. The change takes effect for bookings made on or after May 28th. Top loyalty status, expensive tickets, and Southwest credit card holders will get a break. The amount of the bag fee hasn't been revealed. The news comes on top of Delta Airlines lowering expectations for this year because it's seeing travel demand cooling. And the National Federation of Independent Business says its optimism index dropped more than 2 points in February because of uncertainty about the economy. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
Well, Barb needed to sell her family home, contacted the Nate Evans Group for some help. Barb says Nate and his team were always ready to help. We're even able to connect her with someone that could help her clear the house and get the home ready for market. Barb says that the experts at the Nate Evans Group made the whole process easy from start to finish.
Yeah, Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group at the eXp Realty can get you that immediate cash offer on your home. What is your timeline? You want to get the most from the sale of your home. Plus, you want to have all things ready for the hop into the next chapter. And if you're looking for that secret list of homes that maybe isn't on the market just yet, and you can't get access to that anywhere else, this is part of going online to Nate Evans Group. And you can also find out the Get Home Value button in the middle of that page and just see what happens as you start to investigate your next step with his experienced agents to help you every step of the way. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113. A friend you can trust. Online search the Nate Evans Group to start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Well, Brett Bielema says he's ready to go with spring football tomorrow. Mm-hmm. They get it going. They get, X number of practices, and then they usually do some form of a scrimmage in April.
That's right.
So
I saw him also tweet out that he and Jen were celebrating their 13th anniversary.
Well, how about that?
Had a picture of his lovely bride.
Yep. His life consisted of coaching football and golf.
Yep.
And then he met Jen, his lovely bride of 13 years.
Everything changed.
Well, he went golfing on a Tuesday, and his wife said, "You going to do this tomorrow?" And yeah, that's kind of what was the plan. So the sticks are kind of dusty.
Probably so.
Anyway, but he is such a in my opinion, it's an incredibly fuller life.
Yes.
When he's got his little daughters, he's going to walk down the aisle someday. Mm-hmm. It's a whole different deal now. So this is a how can I say this? Really important year this year.
Yeah.
Because Illinois, if you've been following this for the last, say, 60 years, we have not been able to sustain success. Nobody knows why. Iowa, well, bowl game every year. Wisconsin, every year. Even Northwestern, a lot.
Yep.
And you just, for whatever reason, we can't do it. 2010, 7-6. 2011, 7-6. 2012, 2-10. Then followed by 4-8, 6-7, 5-7, 3-9, 2-10. Then we hit a 8-5 in 2022. That was when we had Chase Brown. We beat Michigan, but they didn't call the fact that J.J. McCarthy had his knee down on fourth down. That would have won the game for us.
That's right.
And then we went 5-7. Remember that season where every game was 2 points either way?
Yes.
And then this last year we went 10-3. So guess what? They're reseeding, and they're going to charge more money to get the seats you want. You're going to have to go see it. So they're ready. Mm-hmm. This is a signal that says we're ready to take the next step. Now, ordinarily, you look at the history of Illinois, and it's nothing against any personnel or coaches or players or anything. It just says that this year we're supposed to be 5-7. If Brett Bielema can break through and get to a bowl, I'm not even saying 10, I'm saying 6. Get to a bowl, well, this will be massively exciting. We don't have to go and be... Now, I know the talk is we're going to be ranked, we're going to be 15, we're going to be 7. I mean, we're seeing where football's ranked going in because all our guys are coming back. So the difference between last year and this year, there weren't expectations like that last year.
You're right.
And then they went out and they had like a show at the end of the third quarter with the World Wrestling Federation on that bowl game in Citrus Bowl, and the other coach was wanting to come after.
I know it.
It's one of those guys that you get mad. Shane somebody, the head coach of South Carolina.
Yeah.
He's one of those where you jump up and down and you're hoping and praying somebody grabs you to hold you back because Brett's twice your size. Okay? You don't want Brett Bielema.
Right.
So he's
Shane Beamer.
Shane Beamer. So running up and down the sideline because you dissed me on my side. You dissed me. He was just pointing out the cheap way they tried to do a trick play at a kickoff.
Uh-huh.
So you got that whole thing coming back. The show's in town. The expectation is now here. It has arrived on the train last night.
Yep.
The expectation is that, okay, let's go to the playoffs. Whoa, horsey. Whoa. That's top 12. Mm-hmm. But that's good. That's what you should shoot for. But the bottom line is this. We've not historically been able to do it. And again, nobody has an answer. So if you get to a bowl game this year, sir, this is huge. 2 bowls in a row. It's been a minute since we've done 2 bowls in a row.
Right.
So this is a big year. We certainly are. The table's set. Can people stay healthy? The blah, blah. Same old.
But I'm glad we had talked to the ticket office to talk about this kind of new way of doing our season tickets, because fans are talking about that.
Well, and they're not, for the most part, not happy. Why would be happy to lose your seating? I got to pay how much more? It's just one of those deals where if you grow in a football program, you got to get more revenue. You got to do this kind of thing, or you're not going to get more revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what the programs that are very successful do. When was the last time you had to really, truly worry about parking and getting to the football game on time? Decades. Mm-hmm. Decades. It was back in the early 80s when we first experienced this kind of surge in, oh boy, here comes the football team. We actually know how to throw a downfield pass. It was legal. So we started doing that when Mike White got here in 1980. But that's really kind of the last time we had a string of sellouts that lasted years.
Yeah.
When we held 76,000 plus.
The 80s belong to the Illini.
But now we only hold 60, which is not very big for Big Ten football. When Ohio State holds 110 and Michigan holds 108. So this is exactly the direction you want to go. You expect success. And I told Josh Whitman when I saw him at a football game, I said, I cannot believe you set this Michigan game up the way you did. And it, obviously be a crummy game if you get beat 32-8, right?
But thank goodness we won.
Not only we beat them. But everything was set up that's perfect.
Yep.
But and the fact that he took the leap of faith to put us in that position when everybody was watching, Red Grange, the whole thing.
Yeah, he had the
and
uniforms,
we won
and the weather was gorgeous.
To have confidence in your program like that a year and a half away was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So, bottom line, please win 6. That's all I'm asking. And I know you're expecting to go to the playoff. Great. But my expectation is a bowl. That's all I'm asking. That would be awesome.
August 30th, Western Illinois. Let's
go.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Ukraine's military hits Moscow with a drone attack, killing at least 3 people ahead of today's U.S.-led talks in Saudi Arabia aimed at ending war with Russia.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country will propose a truce in the sea and the sky, including an end to missile and drone attacks. And while the Trump administration has made clear they expect Ukraine to make concessions to end the war, it's not known what they'll ask Russia to give up in return.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The Senate confirms Lori Chavez DeRemer as Labor Secretary with 17 yes votes from Democrats and 3 noes from Republicans.
Several labor unions, including the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, endorsed the former Oregon Congresswoman's nomination. During her confirmation hearing, she was grilled by GOP senators over her decision to support measures that would make it easier for workers to unionize.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. America's listening to Fox News.
Stevie J here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini, member FDIC.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Here's a look at local news. Urbana police say the investigation into an Urbana teenager's murder revealed 2 suspects and a person of interest, now asking for help from the public through Crime Stoppers to identify them. On February 7th, 18-year-old Sherman McCraney shot in the area of Vaughan and Silver Streets, later died at Carle Hospital. Hotel in downtown Champaign officially under new ownership. Icon Lodging, a hospitality company based in the suburb of Dallas, announced LinkedIn that it acquired the Hyatt Place Champaign-Urbana at 217 North Neal Street. Records show the hotel, which opened a decade ago, sold in December of last year for $18.5 million. Harry Potter Like Magic made its way to Champaign County over the weekend. Quad Ball, which is adapted from the fictional game of Quidditch, played by about 600 teams around the world. Over the weekend, Rantoul hosting about 19 teams playing for a chance to compete in the U.S. Quad Ball Cup. The mixed-gender full-contact sport combines aspects of rugby, dodgeball, and football. You're locally up to date. From the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Joe Miller.
Has anybody heard of quad ball?
I've never seen it played. I know in Harry Potter there was like this circle that you tried to get, you know.
You had flying brooms.
I know. They do have a broom between their legs.
But they're not flying.
No.
Oh, well, that's not as fun. Harry could really fly.
Walking.
He could really go.
Yeah. And running.
Quad ball. All right. Well, is anybody playing quad ball?
I mean, obviously, Rantoul hosted a big tournament.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they play it. They hosted it because they got a facility that's big enough to hold it with a lot of grass, I guess. So, I don't know. Learn something every day. Quad ball.
Dang it. That Rantoul made a move on that sports complex. Boy, they are moving and shaking with that thing.
Well, it's good. As president, I will bring back Chanute. So you've got that going for you.
Let's do it.
Watts Copy Systems, they're right by Thomas and Eller Insurance. That's where Watts is.
Mm-hmm.
Watts Copy Systems, they offer, that's right on Devonshire there.
Yep.
Cost-efficient solutions for busy offices if you want a free evaluation. 217-352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems. Weather with meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Kurt Lenschow. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor. Kurt and State Farm are there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and Vicinity. Another couple of days of outstanding spring-like weather across the area. A little bit of rain back in the forecast here in scattered coverages later on this weekend and the weekend with a cool down in temperature readings. But it'll be brief and short-lived. Another big warm-up inside here by early to mid next week. Up to 68 today and a west-southwesterly wind shifting into the west and northwest. Lots of sunshine. Cooler air settling for tonight down to 38 with a diminishing northeasterly wind through the night. With a day tomorrow back to a partly cloudy, it seems to be mild afternoon at 67 as winds turn back into the south. We'll level off into the 40s tomorrow night. Breezy, partly to mostly sunny for the day on Thursday, and warm too at 73. There's a fleeting small chance for a few drops of rain late morning and late afternoon. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms on the increase by late Friday with a high up to 76 there. 66 and a couple of showers on Saturday. Blustery cooler and in the upper 40s on Sunday. Here come the 50s Monday, 60s next Tuesday. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Well, congratulations to Shelley and Chris and Kyle and Lori. They all got $50 to the Long Branch Steakhouse.
Nice. Downtown Gifford. Have a great meal and enjoy.
Well, just saying here, if you're hungry and you want an 18-ounce T-bone, they've got them this week while supplies last. And did you know that they do a lunch on Friday? 11 to 1. Donnie said he can get a smash burger, fries, and a Coke your way really fast.
Okay.
It only takes a few minutes to do a smash burger on that grill.
I like it.
Takes a little longer for the French fries, he said. But anyway, just FYI, it's loaded. Long Branch is in Gifford, downtown Gifford, Illinois.
Do you want to interact with us? 217-359-2255.
That would be the Fisher National Bank text line. Any stream of consciousness that comes out of our mouths, you are sure welcome to comment on.
I was just looking at some spring training games, and it seems like the Cubs keep winning. They beat Cleveland yesterday 7-4. Not so much for the Cardinals, though. I know it's spring training.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where it could be false hope because the Cardinals had the best record in spring training 2 years ago when they lost 91 times.
I see.
So it doesn't mean what they do in the format. I'm following it every day to watch Jacob, my son-in-law for the Reds, and every day, here's how it works. The starters generally go every other day. The guys that are projected to be the starting lineup for probably any team. Now, managers will handle it a little differently, but normally for the Reds, it's the starters for 4 or 5 innings. But then the 6th inning, it's a whole nother 9 guys. They'll usually play with pitching. They could play 30 players in one game. Now they're starting to make cuts, and so the guys that are sent to the minor leagues, so to speak, stay in Arizona or Florida. And then they go to the area and they just practice. They don't get to play games anymore. So they're cutting the roster started at like 80 people. And then there are 40 there that are non-rostered invitees. So you can go and be there and you get to tell everybody I got to hit in a major league game in spring training.
Right.
It's pretty exciting. I remember that first happened for Jacob. It was really exciting. His legs were shaking. He was so excited and so nervous. That was about 4 years ago. So anyway,
Cincinnati beat San Diego 9-3 yesterday. Do you know if Jacob's still stealing bases?
Well, I think he's leading the team this spring with 4.
All right.
But again, it's spotty play. You know, the leading at-bat person is like 23 at-bats all spring. That's like leading the team. So you bat once or twice a game. 3 times if it's unusual and you score a lot of runs, you bat around or something. But normally these guys are getting 1 or 2 at-bats per game. It's just a way to kind of get it going, line things up, get it ready, get the whole thing, get your body moving. Now, normally, I would say most every player that heads to spring training is already ready because you don't lay around. In the old days, they came and get in shape in spring. No, you're ready to go because you're trying to get a spot on the 26 man, meaning you make it to the big leagues, start the season. So anyway, it's kind of fun to watch, but no question, the Cubs are right there. Who's going to win the Central? Because normally the common thought is it's got to be the Cubs, it's got to be Milwaukee, second tier is going to be. I think Cincinnati has a very, very young, talented team. I don't know if they're ready to make a march on the Central. It's winnable. But the Cubs, Milwaukee, probably there. I think Cincinnati would be next. I think the Cardinals would be right there around Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. And the Pirates still have, they got the best pitcher perhaps in this, Paul Skeens. But Central's weak, and nobody's beating the Dodgers, so it really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And then who's going to get to play the Dodgers in the World Series is kind of the way it's lining up, because they got more people. I don't like the super teams. Never have. No fun. You got all the money. That's really fun. Have fun and just keep winning and blah, blah, blah. But the Dodgers are the team to beat. All right, Jordan Peterson is this Canadian, really brilliant guy. And here he is talking about Elon Musk and what Elon is trying to do.
Musk has the possibility of finding like $1 trillion worth of waste and fraud in the next 4 weeks. Now, we should just outline what's happened. Like, I've watched the Democrats respond to Musk's group of teenage engineers with contempt, and this is so 1960s, this mode of thinking, because Musk doesn't have 15, 20, 100 teenage engineers. He has, let's say, 20 to 100 teenage engineers with the most computing power that the world has ever seen at their fingertips, and they know how to use it.
All right, so here's this examination. If somebody came to my house or your house and say, hey, I could save you $1,000 a month, and you go, no, I don't think you can, and yet then you trusted them, they did that, you'd probably say thank you. So in the grand scheme of things, where you add 100 zeros, it's just kind of the same thing. Where does the money being spent that the United States asks me to pay every April in the taxes? How we pay every check, get all the deductions and everything else. It's so big, it's hard to even fathom. $2 trillion goes to Medicare and Medicaid and all these other $2 trillion. It's a number that nobody can wrap their arms around. So why is it important? Well, it's important because we're $36 trillion behind. And so if we can't even conceptualize what a trillion is, think about trying to pay down $36 trillion. So you got a guy that's arguably the smartest man on earth right now, is Elon Musk. In fact, we have 2 stranded space people, space astronauts at the space station. The United States can't get them. We just don't have the way to go get them. Elon does. So at least recognize, as much as some might hate him now, because how dare he get on the Trump team, who's the devil. He's trying to save us a lot of money, and he's coming up with stuff, and you've heard a million examples already about, wait a minute, what's that for? Nobody even knows. They don't even know what that is. And then I really try to say, okay, why are people so outraged? Well, if you have a government job and you're the one being cut, it is a massive disruption. No matter what. Okay, I don't do a lot every day. I generally do this, and then I go to lunch for an hour and a half, and I come back and check my email, and sometimes there's just not the job there. But if you gave me part of a $3 million grant to decide why gophers in Puerto Rico have more babies than gophers in America, I will justify that till the cows come home. How it's important with climate change and all these things that are encroaching on the wildlife, and the fact they don't have... It's whatever you're into is important, because that's feeding your family and giving you health care. So you got to understand, this is as crazy as it is, and as wildly inefficient as our government is spending money. So it's like me talking about firing a coach. Well, you need to fire them all. Well, that disrupts 25 families. That disrupts a whole bunch of people that are really sad and crying as they carry their boxes. But we look at sport as just kind of a, okay, let's pick and choose. We'll take that coach over here, and they got to move their kids from their schools. We don't think about that. We just think about pawn pieces. Well, here we're thinking of the government. Okay, pawn pieces. It still disrupts people, and it's very painful. Regardless of your job, you made a deal with the government. You took the job, even though there wasn't a lot to do. And generally on Fridays, you get called to go to a 2-hour job, and then you're not doing a lot till the next Wednesday. But it's your job, and they hired you, and you accepted. But now you got to go actually find something, and you know what? They're going to ask for more hours, and you're going to work harder, and you're going to have to do more than one job. So, if you're those people, and there's 2 million of them, 2 million families, 2.5 million families that are being employed by our government, and we're going to need a lot of people. But we probably could say, in a time where we owe $36 trillion, we probably don't need this right now. Maybe if we get flush and we're tripping on stacks of cash, we can do things that are a little questionable from what we are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for the guy sitting at a radio station with a microphone saying, "Okay, let's cut that." You're affecting people, and it's still hard on them, and we ought to empathize for that. But if you're looking at it versus the urgency of getting our books squared, or I don't even know what bankruptcy means, but I know it'd be very, very bad for America. And not just America now. Elon Musk, I think, is the smartest man on earth right now. He says the rest of the world will crumble. They're dependent on us. It'd be very hard for the rest of the world to survive an American collapse. So it is urgent. So if he's out there slashing and burning, trying to get things done in a hurry, maybe it's because people are going to be campaigning for midterms in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go through another cycle of senators and Congress, not a presidential election coming up in 26, but it's important for control. If the Democrats somehow win control back, then all we got is 2 years of impeachment of Donald Trump. That's all we're going to get, and you won't get much done. So this is the one rare window of opportunity where this guy that came to Washington and told what was going on. And people are ready for that. His approval rating is well over 50, which is massive for Donald Trump. And he's trying to say, with Elon Musk, who's working, why would the richest man on earth want to even do this? The vitriol and the hate and the death threats he receives, they're trying to trash X. All these cyber hits and everything else that's going on with that.
I've seen some Teslas on fire, too, in the news.
So he totally, obviously, you'd never hear from him again except an occasional press conference announcing some other rocket ship.
Right.
And he's willing to do this for the greatest nation on earth. And if you don't believe that, then we're probably disagreeing on a lot of things.
Net worth $342 billion.
Actually, it's $432 billion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
he's doing fine.
Wikipedia is just
and he's working. He's doing all this for no money.
Uh-huh.
So from the grand scheme, I'm sorry for the people losing their jobs. But in the grand schemes, when we're really in trouble financially, but you don't really feel it because nothing will change because we got the best life, and things can change in a hurry. Things can change. War can break out. Depression, recession. Something happens. I mean, things happen. So we have to be very grateful every single day for what we have because it's not permanent if you don't treat it properly. So that's what the attempt is. 217-359-2255. You're always welcome to comment on what we say. Let's check your sports headlines.
All right. Well, we're talking about our Illini and the Big Ten tournament. That game will be at 5:30 on Thursday in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And we'll face the winner of the Iowa-Ohio State game. And it looks like Morez Johnson Jr. will be back.
That's big news for Illinois. We really missed him inside. What minute mark will Brad put him in the game? I'd say somewhere between the 16 and 12-minute mark, we'll see Morez Johnson Jr.
Okay.
That'll be really, really exciting just to get him worked back into it. And, oh, by the way, we got to win Thursday or we don't play Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a win or go home right now.
That's right.
And then Selection Sunday for both the men and the women. The men go first and the women.
That's right, on the 16th.
We're pretty sure we're a solid NCAA team on the women's side. And the men look like right now they're going to land at the 6th seed, which is fine. If we play well, I'm not worried about anybody. I really am not. Got to play really well against the really good ones like Auburn and Alabama and Duke and those kinds of teams. Those are probably the 3 best teams going. But there's another tier of maybe 7 or 8 that are really good. And I think Illinois can be in that other tier that's really good. But obviously shooting the basketball, which has been our up and down. But again, we're about to become full strength since the first time since January 5th. We've not been complete as a team that we saw in the first few months of the season that we loved until now. So it's really exciting.
Shane's saying Cambridge Fieldhouse. I thought that's where the women played.
I think they do, but we play this week and women play next weekend? No. Women just lost this last. They just played. They just played the same place.
That's right.
It is the same place, yeah.
Okay. So we have the IHSA State Basketball Tournament. We talked about that and all the 37,000 fans expected to come to our area at the end of the week. The wheelchair basketball happening at the Arc. Also, it's 5 teams.
If you've never done one of those, Ryan Neiswender, friend of our family.
Yes.
A tremendous player. I went out and watched Illinois play Alabama, and Ryan put up 36. I mean, amazing shooter. Never missed a free throw. And then Ryan went on and won a gold medal in the Paralympics. So, I mean, you're seeing some future Olympian medalists, if not gold medalists, at the Arc, and you watch them and you go, man, oh man, oh man. And people that can walk can actually get in a wheelchair and play. So if you want to try that, go bang around a chair and fall out and everything else, see how that feels. It's rough. But these guys, so you don't necessarily have to be completely paralyzed to participate. But get yourself in a wheelchair and try and play against that wheelchair team, and you'll start appreciating some a lot.
Absolutely.
They are so talented. It is really worth the trip to the Arc to go watch them. You don't have to pay anything. I think you say, I want to watch a wheelchair game. Anyway, it's really, really worth it, and you'll have a lot of respect for their athleticism.
Bulls over the Pacers, 121-103 yesterday. Milwaukee's in Indianapolis at 6:30 tonight for NBA action. Colorado over the Blackhawks, 3-0 on ice.
All right, we're going to call our friends at the Pet Pro coming up. Our weather brought to you by Busey for over 155 years. Member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois, Champaign, and Saturday. Another couple of days of outstanding weather for early springtime-ish across the area. Temperatures staying mild, downright warm come Thursday and Friday with increasing shower thunderstorm chances as a dynamic storm makes its way from the plains into the upper Great Lakes region. Mostly sunny for the day today, 68 as west-southwesterly winds turn to the northwest this afternoon. Mostly clear, chillier tonight. Will bottom out at 38 with a diminishing north-northeasterly wind through the night. Tomorrow back to unseasonably mild weather in the afternoon, partly cloudy, high to about 67, and a bit of a south wind for the afternoon. Lows in the 40s tomorrow night and seasonably warm for the day on Thursday. Breezy, partly sunny, small chance for a shower late morning, late afternoon up to 73. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms for Friday. Some scattered showers over the weekend. 76 on Fridays, mid-60s and dropping Saturday into the upper 40s on Sunday. Back to the 50s Monday, 60s next Tuesday. For TVJ Broadcasting Epidologist Greg Solgay.
Not every remodel project is as easy as the couple on the Home Improvement Channel make it look. From old furniture to construction debris, a home remodel can quickly turn into a junk pile. 2 Men and a Junk Truck is here to make your home improvement dreams a reality. They offer hassle-free junk removal and dumpster rentals to clear the way for your next big project.
Perfect.
Use code REMODEL25 to save $25 on your next service. 2 Men and a Junk Truck, making your home improvement journey a breeze. Visit 2menindajuncktruck.com. Offer valid at 2 Men and a Junk Truck, Champaign, Illinois.
Well, this hour we generally call Todd Likens. Last week it was his beautiful wife, Gina.
Yes.
Today it's his beautiful daughter, Taylor Likens Workman. What do you mean you've been working with a Pet Pro 26 years? You're not 26 years old, aren't you?
Well, I almost want to say I've been working there for 29 years because I was behind the crib when I was born, pretty much, and haven't been raised behind the counters and behind the scenes helping out, and yeah, it's like I've had a full-time career already.
No kidding. I was gonna say, I mean, for Pete's sakes, but you don't miss bottle feeding a puppy at 3 a.m., do you?
Oh, well, I kind of miss that. And kittens, too. Their little ears, they have this cute little thing they do with their ears when they bottle feed. I don't know. I'm a sucker for that.
Well, I wonder why. All right, so you're the one people would, when we text, you're the one that responds. Is that right?
Yes, I would say probably 95% of the time that you guys, anyone texts us, I'm usually the front line, and they'll probably talk to me first before I pass them on to Dr. Todd or our grooming department or anyone else. So, yeah, if you reach out to Pet Pro, you're usually talking with me.
Yeah, well, and you,
as a dispatcher, how do you assess? I guess you need some good information when people are texting in on the who, what, when, where, why, and how, right?
Yep. I have basic questions I usually ask. I say, how's your pet feeling? Have they been eating and drinking normal? Are they vomiting? Is there what symptoms are they exhibiting? And you kind of have to know just like what it could be, and you have to rule, okay, how critical is it we get them in like as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, and sometimes we'll talk to your dad, and he'll say, Taylor's already sent me 15 berries. Mm-hmm. What time do people generally, start calling, texting?
Usually, we open at 7:30, but usually I get on about 6:45, and usually we'll have about maybe 15 texts that have come through overnight.
Wow.
So I usually try to get those taken care of before we officially open. That way we can kind of keep up with the day. Yesterday was, I think with the warmer weather, we're starting to see everyone, maybe coming out of that winter hibernation a little bit, and it's been very busy. It's great. We see a lot of happy and healthy pets, and then a lot of pets that maybe they're not as healthy, but we can try to get them as healthy as we can.
So good of you, and what a huge part of this practice. I mean, having somebody like you, Taylor, holy cow, that's a big deal to have somebody represent you at the front and get things organized and coordinated. And you like what you do?
Oh, I love it. It's honestly, it's one of my passions, and I love getting to work with my family. And then all of my coworkers that are not family, they feel like family. It's we get to see each other, talk to each other. They tell me about their kids or their most recent vacation, and it's just it all feels like family, and that extends to our clients as well. We start getting to know our clients so well, get to know their family, and it just feels like it's one big happy family when you're working at the clinic there.
You know, Taylor, we were talking about when you were a baby and kind of brought up with the pack, so to speak. Stevie's got a young grandchild now, and I have nieces and nephews who have gotten just born inside the last few months. Sometimes that acclimation of getting the pet and the baby used to each other can be a little tricky at times.
Yeah, and people are always worried. They're like, what should we do? And it's you want to make the pet feel they're still just as important. They're still the baby, and you don't want them to have that kind of that older child syndrome where you bring home the new baby. They're like, all right, send the baby back. So we usually try to just say it's all about bonding, but I'm always so amazed. So many animals, they know that their parents are expecting, and when they bring that baby home, I've had most people say that they're just absolutely amazed that the pet embraces their new baby just as they're the big sibling to them.
Well, our little granddaughter was on the floor and with all kinds of pads, her changing her diaper, and I've never seen or heard anything like this. So little Tilly is a Cocker Spaniel, and so they're changing her, and Josephine is crying. And Tilly, the dog, leaves her room, comes back in with her blanket in her mouth to cover the baby.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I mean, the fact that the dog would relate of crying to need. And I've never heard of anything like that.
That's awesome.
So anyway, and I got a picture of your mom from last week's show. And I've been counting this for some time, and I don't know if you've seen the picture, but there are 16, I think maybe 15 English cream dogs circling around her as she's on the phone with me. And
yes.
These are remarkable. English cream, the golden retriever is what they're registered as, but to me they're mellower and they're attentive and they make eye contact with you. Do you have a white English cream right now, Taylor, or are you just too busy?
Well, I have 4 in the room with me right now as we're doing this radio interview.
Wow. Okay. Question answered. And
it's genetic.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 for a long time, and I was so engulfed in hair that I actually learned how to make a sweater with dog hair, and it is possible, and it's warmer than wool. So if you want to bake a sweater and sweat coming down your face in the house, you could make a sweater.
There you go.
And anyway,
that's perfect idea.
It's totally worth the hair, but they're just remarkable. And so you got 4. What ages?
Okay, so I have one that's about 9 months old. I have, and that's Hamilton. And then I have Hopper, who is about 4 years old. I have Cotton, who is already 7 years old. I don't know where the time went. It flies. I don't know how they're getting older. But then I have Dazzle, and she turned 15.
Oh, my.
This past October. So she's our senior lady.
That's incredible. 15 for a dog that size. Good job.
Yeah.
Taylor, how can people connect with Dr. Todd Likens and the Pet Pro, and you are the go-between? How do they reach you?
Yes, they can call or text. I usually say if they want to text, that's usually the quickest way to get a response. I check voicemails a couple times a day. But if they want to text us at 217-355-5051, I'm the frontline person, so you'll be probably talking to me if you reach out.
Well, you're a big star, obviously carrying the entire practice on your shoulders. Well done, Taylor. Well done.
Someone has to do it.
Hey, good talking to you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care, Taylor.
Good talking with you, too. You guys
right.
have a wonderful day.
You as well. What a bright kiddo. Raised at a veterinarian's office, really. That's awesome.
March 11th is Olive's 7th birthday.
Well, happy birthday to that little doggy that Mike is bonded with named Olive.
I'm telling you, Olive and Mike are hard to separate.
That's just fantastic.
Mike says she picked me.
Oh, News is coming up next. ESPN 93.5. Glad you're listening. It is March 11, and the news is coming up next.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
You're listening to WXJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Trying to prevent a government shutdown. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what House Republicans hope to do with an afternoon vote on a spending plan to fund the government ahead of Friday's deadline. Congressman Ben Klein tells Fox.
We need to break the stranglehold that the swamp has on the D.C. bureaucracy, strengthen the border, provide for energy independence, get the woke out of the Pentagon.
But Democrats do not support that plan, and if 2 Republicans join them with a slim GOP majority, the bill would not pass. One is already saying he's a no, prompting a Trump Truth Social post.
President Trump says Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie should be primaried for being a hard no, saying he's, quote, just another grandstander who's too much trouble and not worth the fight. Massie in a post on X saying, quote, 3 times I've had a challenger who tried to be more MAGA than me. None busted 25% because my constituents prefer transparency and principles over blind allegiance.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz at the Capitol. There will also be House hearings today into DOGE and its attempt to cut waste, fraud, and abuse from federal government spending the day after a federal judge ruled that DOGE challengers can likely make freedom of information requests to get info on what DOGE is doing, writing the agency has unprecedented authority and unusual secrecy. Elon Musk, who's been leading DOGE's efforts, tells Fox Business they're being transparent.
When we get criticism, we say, like, of what? Which line do you disagree with? Like, which cost saving do you disagree with? And then people usually can't think of any.
There's a new U.S. attempt to stop Russia's war in Ukraine. In Saudi Arabia, last month they met with Russian officials there. Now it's Ukraine's turn.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Michael Waltz are meeting with a Ukrainian delegation today. A senior State Department official says the fact that the Ukrainians are willing to sit down signals they are serious about reaching a ceasefire deal.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Ukraine hit Russia overnight with a drone barrage. 3 people were killed. America's listening to Fox News.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
It's time to throw your overpriced big wireless contract overboard. With a qualifying plan, you can choose an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for $0. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. No hassle, no gimmicks, just honest-to-goodness wireless price right. Dial pound 250, you say the keywords Pure Talk, claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, which is America's wireless company. Visit puretalk.com for details.
Things are getting more tense in Syria months after opposition fighters ousted the leader Bashar al-Assad and his regime during the civil war. The casualties are mounting in fighting that's flared up with over 1,000 deaths reported in recent days, and now Israel has gone on the attack.
This is the latest in a series of attacks against Syrian military infrastructure. The intention, Israel says, is to prevent the targets being used against Israel in the future. The sites include a military HQ and weapons stores. Radars and surveillance assets were also struck. There are no reports yet on casualties. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia and Qatar have condemned Israel's decision to cut electricity supplies to Gaza. Israel says it's done this to put pressure on Hamas. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Pope Francis took part in a spiritual retreat today, remotely, from his hospital bed in Rome, where the Pope's been for nearly a month, but he's doing better.
Doctors now say, yes, he is out of danger from death in regards to his double pneumonia. The Vatican, though, is emphasizing he is not in the clear just yet. He's 88 years old. He has chronic respiratory issues, and there's always the risk of other problems related to the heart and the kidneys.
So Fox's Jeff Paul reports from Rome the Pope will remain hospitalized several more days. It's a big week in the NFL. A lot of players going to new teams and free agency for next season, and there's an update on last season's champions.
Unlike 7 years ago when the Philadelphia Eagles did not go to the White House for a celebration of their victory in Super Bowl 52 over the Patriots, the reigning NFL champions will visit with President Trump this time. Just over a month since the Eagles dethroned the Kansas City Chiefs as back-to-back Super Bowl champs. It was confirmed by the White House the Eagles will celebrate their 40-22 victory over the Chiefs with President Trump.
As Fox's Jared Max, no date set for that yet. On Wall Street, stock futures have been now moving lower after yesterday's big sell-off. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Non-tenured track faculty who are members of the University of Illinois Springfield Instructors United officially filed an intent to strike notice with the Illinois Educational Labor Relations Board. Action comes following a vote by the membership to authorize a strike, which was announced on February the 26th. Hotel in downtown Champaign, officially now under new ownership, Icon Lodging, was sold last December. A Clinton, Indiana woman pleading guilty to taking part in a murder-for-hire scheme in Urbana federal court. Devetta Cox admitted Friday she offered a supposed hitman $6,000 to murder another person. Cox arrested in January last year, facing 20 years in prison. Heads of two state agencies stepping down. Governor announcing that Illinois Emergency Management, Office of Homeland Security Director Alicia Tate-Nadeau, and Department of Innovation and Technology Secretary Sanjay Gupta will depart this month. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, gonna be nice here as the state tournament gets going. It's State Farm Center this weekend. We had this growing up. Solier and I always playing basketball to Philo grade school basket outside and 3, 2. And I was always at the assembly hall, always in the state tournament, and I was 100% in winning the game. Every time I won the game because if the ball didn't go in, I got fouled. And then if I missed a free throw, there was a lane violation.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I was
really?
100-0.
Wow.
Undefeated. Yeah, really.
I love that means of refereeing. Absolutely.
Yep. That's exactly how it worked. Amazing. Anyway, it's a great tradition. It's back. It was at Peoria for a couple of decades, and now it's back in Champaign.
I remember that, yeah.
We love having it here. And frankly, and no offense to anybody, in these other great towns, the kids want to play at the big house here. They want to play.
This is the big house. Exactly. Big Ten.
It's just the big arena. It's beautiful with the remodel.
I don't take any offense being an NIU grad. So put it there.
Yep,
absolutely.
It's fun, and so be gracious to all our visitors coming into town. People, let's welcome them. Help them
it's
have
fun. They have activities. They have Dan Wild as the caricature artist. They have things for the kids to do, hospitality, and the transition what's the name of the Traditions Club area?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and then you've got also the high pitched screaming.
Yes, you do.
Hour and a half of the ball game.
That's right.
High school kids tend to scream.
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, they're a little shrilly once in a while.
I remember that when I worked down there for a number of these, and it was awesome. It was so exciting. Our weather now, meteorologist Greg Solier. Gotta like what you're talking about, fella.
Yeah, no big weather obstacles as in, late season winter storms around here. Now, there may be a couple of fast-moving shower and thunderstorm outbreaks, but certainly not a continuous or widespread or long-lasting washout type rains over the course of Friday and Saturday, but have the umbrella in your hip pocket just in case. And bring along a fair amount of wardrobe with you from 70s one day over the course of the weekend, 40s the next, and another big warm-up slated for next week as well. Most of the real weather action, I think, is going to be south of I-70 with the bulk of, not all of, but the bulk of any severe weather late this week. And another blizzard again, this time focused over the northern and central plains and into the southern Canadian prairie. A big livestock time of the year, calving operations this time of the year out there. Here, 45 at Willett and Savoy, 49 Ogden St. Joe, 45 at Rantoul, 47 at Bloomington Normal, 68 this afternoon. With sunshine, we get a little bit of a frontal boundary to come through the area here. It'll stall out just south of us. It'll turn the winds in west-northwest this afternoon. Kind of of a gusty north-northeasterly wind for a time this evening. Then winds drop off. Same with temperatures down to 38, but a nice recovery tomorrow afternoon. The front boundary back north is a warm front, partly cloudy. South wind in the afternoon at 67. Here come the 70s on a healthy south-south easterly wind for the day Thursday. Maybe a few sprinkles south of Champaign late morning and late afternoon. Then a couple of fast-moving showers, thunderstorms late morning, more likely mid to late afternoon and into Friday night. Maybe a weather watch close by. 76 the high on Friday. We cool with a couple of rain showers to 66 on Saturday, just 48 on Sunday. Maybe a few drops of rain early in the day. Then we're back to the 50s Monday, 60s Tuesday, 70s again the middle part of next week. For Stephen here broadcasting Beetlejuice, Greg Solier.
So Bismarck Henning and Leroy both got beat last night.
Yes, they did.
We got nobody local coming to Champaign and the State Farm Center High School.
Doesn't look that way. Bismarck Henning Rossville Alvin lost to the Diet Eagles 40-36. Leroy also took a loss.
What did they lose to Diet? Somebody's on a diet?
D-Y-E-T-T.
Where's Diet?
I don't know.
Anyway, Diet beats Bismarck Henning Rossville Alvin.
Right.
And then Leroy lost.
And they ended up with a 34-2 season.
Wow. And it was like 40-36?
Right. It was one of the lowest scoring games of their season.
I don't know. Is it time for a shot clock in high school basketball? I would think a lot of gyms would have a hard time, A, getting the equipment, B, who's running the equipment. You have a hard time getting a scorer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you hope you get referees showing up that night. I think it adds a layer of complication, perhaps, but that's what teams do. That's what they used to do in college. They used to go and play the four corners to stall the clock. When you play an athletic team that's better than you are, you might be able to keep the ball from them. And so back in the 80s, I think Kentucky lost the game to Cincinnati. No, Kentucky ended up winning the game. It was like 30-28 in college basketball because they just held the ball.
Yeah.
And it was close, and that was the only chance they had. So I know Lante's son, Andrew, to Mount Zion, they won a game 32-30 because the other team just held the ball. So they'd go 2-3 minutes without doing anything.
I see.
That's not much fun to watch.
Nope.
And if you're the better team, it's extraordinarily stressful because you got to go steal the ball, but you can't.
So what is our shot clock? Like 15 seconds?
30. It's 30.
Okay.
Yeah, 30-second shot clock. So you get probably 8 to 10 to get it up the court. Then you got 20 to figure out what you're doing.
I feel like that was a factor when we played Purdue on Friday night. There was one of those calls where they just didn't get it up.
Purdue didn't get a shot in time.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, it just keeps the game moving. I know Brad practices in Ubben and or a State Farm, and then practice, they have like a 12-second shot clock. So that means up and down, let's go, shoot the ball. And they really pick up the pace when they do that. But anyway, yeah, it's probably better if high school had something. But then again, did the shot get off in time? It just complicates the deal, and maybe it's just not. Maybe some particularly smaller schools have a hard time fielding a shot clock. I think just, again, getting people involved and help that.
Also, in Class 1A ball yesterday, Chicago Hope Academy over Leroy. That final was 47-44 yesterday at ISU.
That missing college kids at spring break, beautiful Indian citizen.
I saw her.
Gorgeous girl.
Really
I
pretty.
think she might have drowned.
Oh, no.
She was in Dominica. I've been to Dominica. It's a beautiful island. Doing what spring break kids do. They were out till 4 a.m. They were on the beach as a group. And then her friends went back at about 6. She stayed out there with a guy. And, the guy said, she wanted to go. We wanted to go for a swim, 4 a.m. And, I don't know this, but I would guess they'd been drinking, right? I mean,
right.
It would be normal.
She was 20, University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's just a horrible story. You see these kids in spring break, and listen, we've all made decisions.
I know. I'm so grateful I made it through that chapter alive because I was making silly decisions for sure.
Well, and I can't think of anybody. I mean, there's a few people that maybe haven't, but most have. Certainly I have. And so thank God you escaped those things. But the guy said they went out in the water, a massive wave covered them. He got back, threw up, and fell asleep. So, again, it's late night. Maybe they've been drinking. She did not come back. And I don't know, he woke up. She was gone. And I don't know. Did he pass out? Anyway, it sounds like a really sad ending as they search the beaches in Dominica.
Private Eye believes Natalie Holloway didn't drown. So we'll be watching this story.
Well, I think Natalie Holloway, that was Aruba. And I think they caught the guy that killed her.
Oh.
Yeah. that the guy's been in jail forever, but that was totally a murder.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? Anyway, it's spring break is spring break, and man, oh man, stuff can happen. Okay, jump to some morning sports. This came down on X last night. It's not a great audio thing, more visual, but it's about Merez Johnson Jr. coming back.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
Sounds like, the $6 Million Man, which was a show 50 years ago on TV.
First bionic man.
But it shows Merez coming back. It says he's back, Merez, and we really, really need this kid.
Stronger. Faster.
Many of you have no idea what the $6 Million Man was, but he had an artificial arm that made him bionic.
Doesn't seem all that expensive now, does it? $6 million.
No, it should be $6 billion man now, right? To really add inflation.
Remember when Austin Powers movie and he'd put his finger on the corner of his mouth and say $1 million, and it just didn't seem like very much. So whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely we priced up a little bit.
Yes,
but Merez will be back.
Merez is back,
practicing and available on Thursday. And I think that's really going to help our team. And let's hope Illinois plays well and makes a mini run here. Maybe a big run. I don't know. I think we beat everybody in the Big Ten, but one game at a time. Last year, remember, we played and won the tournament. But we were behind, I think, in every single game. We just made the run back. Terrence Shannon Jr., I mean, what a good team that was.
Right.
So let's see if we can play together and play well and string them together. And then Selection Sunday, we'll find out where we go and what our seed is. I think common thought right now is Illinois would be a 6 if the selections were today.
Right. And the Big Ten tournament starts on Wednesday over in Indianapolis. We'll face the winner of the Iowa-Ohio State game on Thursday at 5:30. Always fun to watch the game at Pia's. Get yourself signed up to win the jersey that's autographed. It's March memorabilia giveaways on Fridays throughout March, thanks to J&J Ventures. So thanks for being part of that. I think this week is Dick Butkus.
Right, that's what you had said.
Which would be quite a collector's
I would hang that in our
item to
studio.
win.
Maybe we want to win that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And I think no matter how many times you have passed by Pia's, you can get yourself registered to win.
Yeah. So these coaches coaching Wednesday in that arena are going to experience something they've not experienced this year, and that is the word echo. The fans aren't coming for these first games because their teams didn't have a great year.
Okay.
So they're not going to travel. The families will. But they're going to be echo, because there's just not going to be a lot there.
Right.
So they're going to play in kind of an empty arena.
Yeah.
Thursday, you're going to get more of the schools involved. They got teams they think they can win some games. But this first round is going to be, you can go to this game, the 3 games on Wednesday.
It is Cambridge Fieldhouse, I'm seeing.
It's like 17,000 or something.
Northwestern's Minnesota at 2:30 for that game to start us off on the Big Ten
How
tournament.
many Minnesota fans from Minneapolis are driving to Indy? I mean, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But they'll watch and keep track of their team.
And USC and Rutgers. Rutgers is in Jersey.
Yeah, nobody from LA is coming to this.
That's the 7:30 game. So
I am asterisk to everybody, every relative. I mean, certainly I'd go if I had somebody in it. But anyway, it'll be vacuous a little bit, but that's normal. And then you get to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be a big crowd, so it's going to be fun.
And then we mentioned that Iowa and Ohio State game.
We get the winner
at
of
5 o'clock.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who to root for. I just play on. Let's see what we get. So.
Right. I just feel like Iowa would be easier than
I don't know.
State.
Iowa, just see who shows up and let's go play.
When I go to ESPN to look at trending stories, it's all about NFL and free agencies. Who are the winners? Who are the losers?
Well, every year
sources say
this
blah,
time
blah, blah.
it's Aaron Rodgers. Is he going so? Aaron Rodgers isn't Aaron Rodgers. He had a really actually good year for the Jets last year, and with the quarterback situations, somebody's going to sign him. I've heard the Giants might be the team. So Aaron Rodgers will probably be on a football team, and then they took this quarterback from Minnesota to Seattle, and Sam Darnell, is that his name? Anyway, he got $110 million.
Man.
He had a very good year at Minnesota, but man, That's a lot of cheese.
Well, a free agent quarterback Zach Wilson has reached an agreement with the Miami Dolphins on a 1-year, $6 million deal.
Yeah.
So Zach was a New York Jet, right?
I think that they're talking second team there.
Uh-huh.
All right, we're going to check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier says pretty nice. So what you see is what you get. And this will last for a number of days now.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign, and Vicinity. Another couple of days of outstanding spring-like weather across the area. A little bit of rain back in the forecast here in scattered coverages later on this weekend and the weekend with a cool down in temperature readings. But it'll be brief and short-lived. Another big warm-up inside here by early to mid next week. Up to 68 today and a west-southwesterly wind shifting into the west and northwest. Lots of sunshine. Cooler air settling for tonight down to 38 with a diminishing north-northeasterly wind through the night, with a day tomorrow back to a partly cloudy and seems to be mild afternoon at 67 as winds turn back into the south. We'll level off into the 40s tomorrow night. Breezy, partly to mostly sunny for the day on Thursday, and warm too at 73. There's a fleeting small chance for a few drops of rain late morning and late afternoon. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms on the increase by late Friday with a high up to 76 there. 66 and a couple of showers on Saturday. Blustery cooler and in the upper 40s on Sunday. Here come the 50s Monday, 60s next Tuesday. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
More retail companies are expressing caution about coming months. Kohl's shares are down nearly 15%. Its sales declined more than 9% in the holiday quarter. It expects sales to drop as much as 7% this year, though CEO Ashley Buchanan says Kohl's is taking action to reposition the company for future success. Dick's Sporting Goods holiday quarter was upbeat, but now it's being cautious about this year, citing the dynamic macroeconomic environment. Southwest Airlines plans to start charging for checked bags in late May for most passengers. It previously had the slogan, "Bags Fly Free." Delta Airlines shares down nearly 4% after it slashed its earnings forecast for this year because of uncertainty about the economy. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Poselda. Invested in you.
I'm Benjamin Hall, Fox News senior correspondent and New York Times best-selling author, and I'm searching for heroes. Every Monday, I'll speak with a few silent but noteworthy heroes, everyday people who illuminate stories of compassion and are true embodiments of heroism. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Searching for Heroes with Benjamin Hall, wherever you download podcasts, and please leave a rating and a review.
I have a circle of friends that have been talking about getting a better place. And if you're interested in selling your home, call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 239-7113. I love the relationship with some of the top builders in the area.
Yeah, that's something we've worked on over the last 5 or 6 years, is really getting in on the inside of not just the building part of the subdivisions, but the whole development part of it. Mm-hmm. So we've chosen to partner with a lot of these builders locally, Champaign, Mahomet, Savoy, and to really understand what these subdivisions look like, who has access to what lots, what these lots cost, what type of home is going to be built in that subdivision. That way, when people are looking to plan to build, and if that's now or in a few years, where their home is most likely going to be the best fit for them, or what type of community they're looking for.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
At Christie Clinic, our commitment is for the care of our community. That commitment includes keeping care local where our patients, their families, our clinics, and their hospital of choice are located. Our providers live and work here. It's their passion to care for their families and neighbors. Thank you for choosing Christie Clinic, your hometown provider. When you do, you support the health and well-being of your community.
Well, tell me, Tim Onset, lawn mowing season soon, Dixie Chopper, dedicated diesel. It's off Route 45 as you're heading toward Rantoul. You turn left on Triumph Drive till you can't drive anymore, and you'll be right there. And you got some Dixie Choppers I could buy.
Oh, yeah. Andy's got his hands full with Dixie Choppers, and stop by, see Andy, get a great deal on a mower.
Fastest mower you can buy, so you don't have to spend 2 hours out there. You might spend 45 minutes, and plus, Andy can tune it up or fix it.
Sure he can. Yeah, we got a full shop ready to go.
whatever you need.
When it comes to early on here in the spring, it can be, weeds up to your mid-thigh or whatever. So sometimes you need a really tough kind of mower to get through all that in the brush.
Well, yeah, these are built solid. They'll get through that stuff, and all of the structural components have a great warranty. So if something does go wrong, we can definitely get it fixed. Get Andy at Dedicated Diesel, 217-328-0562, or Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
My name is Jim Brookins. I own my lawn care service for over 15 years now. I have met a lot of great people doing this. Most of the people I meet, they become great friends. I do edging, weed eating. I blow everything off so it looks fantastic when I'm done. I believe, in my mind, I do the best. Usually my average range is usually around $40 per yard. You can call me 217-621-8807. 217-621-8807.
Yeah, Jimmy's going to come by. He cuts my grass, and he has for years, and we've made a little Stever deal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to actually pay for having your lawn mowed once.
Ooh.
I'll pay the $40 on that. So we'll do that on Friday. So if you want to try a guy and see how he does for you, you won't like another guy you won't like more. I mean, this guy is so good. He's a good one, and so he's
works with his brother, I believe.
I think his brother helps, but he does a lot of lawns, and he'll talk to you too, and it's fun to talk to him. Anyway, so if you thinking ahead here, you're more broke or something, and you want to hire that done.
That's right.
Pretty reasonable, and what a beautiful job he does on them too. So that'll be Friday.
So many people in aging parent issue chapters.
Yeah.
And, you could get that done, too.
Well, true. Have your mom or dad's lawn
That's
done.
right.
I think 40 is very reasonable in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, gas costs that. What's criminy? All right. 217-359-2255. The Fisher National Bank text line. Matt says shot clock is coming to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jimmy Brookins, the lawn man, he actually referees basketball games.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So he does every night he's out at a game, or he was. Season's over now for him. But he would probably have an opinion on the shot clock. I mean, again, I think it's probably necessary because nobody wants to watch a ball game where somebody in the high school is holding the ball 3 minutes. That's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the way that team has to play if they have a chance to beat a better team.
Right.
So...
And, in college, if they didn't get the shot off and it was tight, they can roll back the tape and say, it was released in time.
Yeah.
But not in high school. Is that going to be contested?
I just think there's going to be so many people saying, that was late. And the guy says, no, it wasn't. And there's no replay. And the guy has a cell phone, and they put the iPhone on it, and they could show it was late. I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to administer at that level because... I think there are 3 people officiating crews in high school. It used to be 2. But if they truly have 3, which is what the college guys do. No, listen, it's important to get it right at whatever you're playing. Not only to be fair, but the parents are, the ones that go to these games are rather into it.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't take kindly to a bad call.
Yeah,
you took my child's scholarship because it was all your fault.
That's right.
That's just little league parenting kind of thing.
Oh, my goodness.
So you get into it. You want your child to be treated fairly. And if there was a JV game I was involved in high school, and there was 2 seconds on the clock, and we got the rebound. We pushed it out to past half court. The ball was shot and the ball went in. And that was all in 2 seconds. And the other team could say, how'd that happen? Your guy didn't start the clock on time. I mean, you can get into all kinds of things. And it's just another, again, it's not going to, I don't think will be to the 10th, 2.1 left. I mean, anyway, good luck. I'm glad I'm not involved in that.
Yeah, me too.
You
Past chapter.
It's just, you might be right. That shot was late.
Yep.
The horn went, anyway, but again, I see the point of it because a high school team with the ball out front, just holding it and waiting for the quarter to expire, it's just not what the intention of the game was. You have to play, but you can't compete, so you got to stall.
Mm-hmm.
And again, happened in the early 80s. The coach would hold up 4 fingers. That meant 4 corners. And you get guys in each corner. You pass it back and forth. They can't steal it. Because in college, they were good enough to hold the ball from you.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't good enough to outscore you. So you just have to, they missed one because, oh boy, then the other team freaks out because they can't play their game. They can't run up and down like they always do.
Yeah.
But you're not good enough to take it from them. Boo.
Right.
People just booed like crazy back then.
Yeah.
So anyway, if they get her done, good luck.
Just eating up the clock.
Yeah. All right. Again, 217-359-2255. I don't know what Gainbridge holds over in Indianapolis. You just, I could ask AI really fast, but I'm guessing it's 16,000. And it's a good basketball facility. So
we'll have Claire on tomorrow talking about all these options for you.
There's stuff around it if you want to go over.
Capacity 18,000.
Oh, bigger than the State Farm Center.
125 South Pennsylvania in Indianapolis.
Yep, and that's better than like when the Final Four goes to the arena and there's 65,000. Waste of time. Waste of time. You can't see squat. You just can't see it. You can't see the ball go through the rim in a big arena. But you're there. But you're going to have to look up and watch it on the screen.
Yeah.
And that's a little delayed, so they'll be cheering when you see the play.
Yeah.
I know what they have to do. And if you can sell the tickets, why not?
Sure.
But it isn't a fan experience. I mean, just think what you see in the national championship game. You see every angle repeated every time on your big screen that you just bought from Good Vibes. I mean, it's all good there.
Mm-hmm.
News coming up, one more section of the program. Thank you for listening. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
March 11.
Why use Land's Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Land's is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Land's we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Land's Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Vice President Vance is meeting with House Republicans ahead of today's vote on a short-term spending bill.
As House Republicans try to wrangle the votes on a bill to keep the government open past this week's deadline, President Trump says Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie should be primaried for being a hard no. The congressman says he opposes the bill over concerns it spends more money on President Biden's priorities than those of House Republicans.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. Elon Musk's Doge cost-cutting team is ordered by a federal judge to make operational records public, noting what he calls its unprecedented authority and unusual secrecy. Musk on Fox Business.
When we get criticism, we say, like, of what? Which line do you disagree with? Like, which cost saving do you disagree with? And then people usually can't think of any.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A Clinton, Indiana woman pleading guilty to taking part in a murder-for-hire scheme in Urbana federal court. Devetta Cox admitted Friday she offered a supposed hitman $6,000 to murder another person. Cox arrested in January last year, facing 20 years in prison. Heads of two state agencies stepping down. Governor announcing that Illinois Emergency Management, Office of Homeland Security Director Alicia Tate-Nadeau, and Department of Innovation and Technology Secretary Sanjay Gupta will depart this month. Non-tenured track faculty who are members of the University of Illinois Springfield Instructors United officially filed an intent to strike notice with the Illinois Educational Labor Relations Board. Action comes following a vote by the membership to authorize a strike, which was announced on February the 26th. A hotel in downtown Champaign, officially now under new ownership, Icon Lodging, was sold last December. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Are you looking to get the most for your money? If not, you should be. A free rewards checking account from Fisher National Bank gives you access to their Reward Saver, which earns you an exceptional annual percentage yield and can really increase your earnings potential. No monthly service fees or minimum balance required. When you're ready to make the most of your money, switch to Rewards Checking or Rewards Saver from Fisher National. See monthly requirements at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC.
If you're in the market for a new car battery, you could go to one of those big box stores, except there's no guarantee you'll be served by an actual car expert.
Clean up in aisle 3.
You could pick a battery off the shelf, except it might be close to expiring. Or you could just come into Interstate. Don't make a big box store blunder. With competitive prices and a more personal, reliable approach, Interstate Batteries is the clear-cut choice if you want to guarantee yourself a new and trustworthy car battery. They're open and ready to serve you at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Another couple of days of outstanding spring-like weather across the area. A little bit of rain back in the forecast here in scattered coverages later on this weekend and the weekend with a cool down in temperature readings, but it'll be brief and short-lived. Another big warm-up inside here by early to mid next week. Up to 68 today and a west-southwesterly wind shifting into the west and northwest. Lots of sunshine. Cooler air settling for tonight down to 38 with a diminishing north-northeasterly wind through the night. With the day tomorrow back to a partly cloudy. It seems to be mild afternoon at 67 as winds turn back into the south. We'll level off into the 40s tomorrow night. Breezy, partly to mostly sunny for the day on Thursday. And warm too at 73. There's a fleeting small chance for a few drops of rain late morning and late afternoon. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms on the increase by late Friday with a high to 76 there. 66 and a couple of showers on Saturday. Blustery cooler and in the upper 40s on Sunday. Here come the 50s Monday, 60s next Tuesday. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm just Greg Solgay.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Illinois back in the rankings. So we are ranked again.
Oh, good.
Number of weeks. But our last 3 wins have put us in the top 25. We're 24. And interestingly enough, as we get ready for seedings from the NCAA on Sunday night, 24 would be a 6, right? Because there's 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s. Well, a 6 would be 24th. So it kind of fits what we were expecting to get as top 25 team, which we are. And now we're playing like it and certainly playing a lot better. And Merez Johnson Jr. is back, if you've not heard that news. That broke last night. He had one more scan. Apparently that went very well. And so I presume since he's back, he is going to practice, right?
Yeah,
has to practice.
That's right.
So he's done all kinds of stuff, and they'd put him in a position and not hurt himself falling. So there was none of that, and it didn't have him in a situation where he might fall on his wrist. He did a lot of work in the swimming pool, and you can do running in the pool that's exhausting. But he was in the hyperbolic chambers. Anybody know what the hyperbolic chamber is?
I don't know, but it sounds cool.
It's oxygen.
Right.
You get in it looks like an old sunbed, like a suntan bed that you crawl in and close it. And this one, you actually take a 2-hour nap, but your body is full of oxygen.
Right.
And it helps healing and helps
Remember
energy.
William Hurt in Altered States? When he was in this chamber that was filled with water or something, and then he would his mind would take him to a different place.
I don't think I saw that one.
Okay.
No. Might have been too sci-fi for me.
I'm thinking of these hyperbolic chambers and all these different things that we're doing these days.
I think Carl has been doing this kind of work for a long time on burn victims. Because I think it increases the healing power with more oxygen.
Yeah,
but they
makes
brought it more in the athletics. And I've not been in a tour of our basketball facility, only on video. And it's what we have. I can imagine a recruit coming in saying, "Yeah, that's they're up there. This is one of the better looking programs because of all the stuff they have." Mm-hmm. And then you got a guy like Fletch that kind of guides you through it. And then you got team managers that gets up at 5 a.m. to help Terrence Shannon shoot 1,000 shots, or stay at 10 at night when Kasper Jonas wants to go work somewhere. Yeah. So it's quite the...
You haven't been to that practice facility?
I have not been to the new stuff.
We used to have our Halloween Fun Fest over there with the women's basketball team.
But I think they got a new oven. Oh. And they got a whole new arena of places to get all kinds of things that help stimulate your body.
I see.
I'm out of the loop on the workshop for your body.
Okay.
I just think that the capacity to help a kid be the best they can be, it's just like the Atkins Baseball Center. That facility there... I have been in there, and if you don't get better at baseball at Illinois, that's a you thing. Mm-hmm. You got all the tools to do whatever you want with hitting and fielding. They got an indoor infield in that facility.
Yeah.
Susan and Clint Atkins Baseball Training Center. And yeah, when you give the kids that kind of stuff, there's really no excuse. If you don't get better, it's probably on you.
Right.
Because all you got to do is get better. But what you're going, okay, wait a minute. So what classes does Casper Jonas again have?
Right.
How much do you think the number one pick, which would be Cooper Flagg, have you read this? How much will the deal be worth for the number one pick in the NBA draft coming up? Does anybody want to herald a guess? What is the total package that Cooper Flagg, who's widely projected to be the number one pick in the NBA draft, how much money will that person receive? Anybody at all? Don't look it up. Just tell me what you would. What would you guess? What would you guess?
I mean, I really have no idea.
Well, then take a flyer.
21 million?
No, that's kids play. Let me just make sure I get my numbers right. I'll ask AI and get this done appropriately. It is you got to hear the number. So don't let me do this and be back with the number on the NBA draft. I'll have it next.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You probably looked it up because I've been watching your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
I did. And I thought my 21 million was pretty much right?
No.
As the number one draft pick, 2026 NBA draft, Flagg would earn an estimated $21.1 million during the 2029-30 season.
Cooper Flagg will be drafted. His total contract value will be $57 million.
What?
The number one pick of the NBA draft gets $57 million.
Whoa.
So it's just what it is. The money they're going to get, Cooper Flagg will receive $12.5 million his first year. Then, of course, it goes up to 13, then 13, almost 14 million his third year.
Okay.
The total contract value with a 27-28 option will be $57 million for the number one pick. So when you say, well, we get an NIL to keep them. No, you won't.
No, you won't. Not for that money.
So pick a number between 1 and 14, Diane.
12.
Okay, let's just say Casper Jonas slips to 12.
Okay.
1 through 14 is called a lottery pick.
Mm-hmm.
If Casper's takes it at the 12th position, his total contract value will be $23 million. Would you tell him to take it or go back to class?
Take it. I'm sorry.
Let's go. Pick a number between 1 and 25 late.
All right, 22.
How about 22 for Will Riley?
Okay. That happening. Riley's a great player.
All right, so 22 for Will Riley. Would you tell him to go back to class or accept his $14 million?
$14 million even at 22. Wow.
I mean,
see ya.
Yeah.
Will's in a new car.
If you're the last pick of the first round, it's $30 million. I'm sorry, it's last pick of the first round is $10 million.
So I guess they have people to help set them up financially.
They got agents.
Okay.
They got people. This is large money. I mean, how did the Flagg family, who probably had an agent years ago.
Flagg is patriotic. Champaign County Freedom Celebration. Flagg. Come on, Duke. Let's go.
Okay, so Cooper Flagg, I mean, that, so if you're...
A lot of charities that I'd love to support with that.
Let's say Kasparis actually goes in number 6, okay? He's been between 5 and 8 in the draft pick, and Brad's called him a lottery pick. If Kasparis goes to number 6, he's $34 million. And that's total contract value for the 5 years, 4 years, whatever, 4 years.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's like, you know, the last pick of the first round of the NBA draft is $2.2 million. If you have good people around you, that should be good. You should have money for, you won't have to worry about working. this kind of money, the wealth that you can build off that, if it gets 10% a year as compounded interest and you're not crazy with spending it, you're good for your life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's life-changing, and it's like the whole decision whether to stay. Now, if you want to be Kasparis and I want to be the number one pick, okay, but that's not what he ought to do. He ought to take the money. It's too much money. And then you can finish school someday if you want to, or you don't have to. Whatever you want to do at that point.
I mean, you have to play in these games, right? Or is it like the bowl games where
you would, with the world watching, I mean, NIT, I guess, is arguable. If you're a top pick,
right,
and you're in the NIT, you can say, I'm standing down. But generally, basketball hasn't done that. Football's a lot more contact.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's probably a little more risky to play in a football game. But if you're looking at the NFL guys, and they're getting millions and millions of dollars, you hate to see it. But they're not going to do it if they're in the college playoffs playing for a national championship. But if you're just in a bowl game, they're just too much risk.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, there's your number. There's your shock value of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
$57 million in total value on a 4-year deal. That's just too much to stay in college, and that's the way it goes.
What is most important in your life? This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that can help clients like you realize your goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All right, quick sports headlines.
Well, one thing we hadn't recapped was Lucas Bird became the Big Ten champion at 133 pounds for the first time in his career at the Big Ten Championships that happened at Welsh Arena. So congratulations to him. This is Illinois' second Big Ten champion at 133 in 21 years after Mark Jane was the first one in 2004. Etches his name into the record book as the program's 79th Big Ten champion all time, fourth most for any school in conference history. Lucas Bird, congratulations, 133 wrestler. Man, he looks like he has some moves.
Well, and strong.
And really Merez is back. Speaking of moves and strong, we'll be playing Iowa or Ohio State Thursday at 5:30 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis with the Big Ten Championship or tournament getting underway. We've also got State Farm Center hosting 37,000 plus fans expected for the IHSA State Basketball Tournament. Some of our local favorites just losing inside the last day or two with Bismarck, Henning, Rossville, Alvin out, and so is Leroy. So unfortunately, some of our local favorites won't be competing. The wheelchair basketball also happening with 5 teams at the Arc. Bulls over the Pacers 121-103. Milwaukee's in Indianapolis for a 6:30 game tonight. What's trending on ESPN is all about NFL and free agency, but I haven't seen any moves from the Bears.
Yeah. Well, we're optimistic. The Bears will be on radio. We have them.
And, of course, we have St. Louis Cardinals, and Thursday evenings you can catch the Hot Stove League stuff and get the inside story.
Yeah.
So
there are not many expectations of the Cardinals. The Cardinal fans are a little bit negative because there was no moves made in the offseason. And so we still have Nolan Arenado. We still have a veteran pitching staff, and you got a Central Division that's pretty winnable. But, again, you're going into a season where, for the first time in a long time, there's not much expectation of the St. Louis Cardinals, which is kind of shocking.
And the Cubs are heard over on US 105.9.
Yep. And the Bears will be playing in the fall on WQQB. That's our hit station. Top 40. It's 96.1 this fall when you listen to those Bears as they march toward the playoffs.
That's right.
That's what we're hoping for.
I need to speak with someone in charge, a manager. Who's the manager?
Yes, ma'am. This is Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. How can we help out?
Picture this, Paul from Dick Van Dyke, if that's your real name.
I'm also not wearing khakis, but go ahead.
I get home from work and I need a cold drink with ice. And instead of feeling that cool, refreshing air, I get warm air and a whiff of rotten meat.
That's gross.
So here's what I need, Paul from Dick Van Dyke. I need a new refrigerator.
We have hundreds in stock.
Don't get fresh with me, mister.
Excuse me?
I need it delivered tomorrow.
We have next day delivery guaranteed Monday through Saturday.
I want it at this price.
We guarantee the best deal.
I want an extended protection plan.
I'll give you one for free.
Now, don't get smart with me, young man.
No joke. It's free, and I'm 49.
Well, wow.
That's what we say, but why did you ask for a manager?
How else would I get this deal?
You don't need the manager. We do this for everyone, every day at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And just like Dad says,
wow.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Pia's Sports Bar and Grill has their
March memorabilia giveaway.
Enter to win one of 4 signed Illini jerseys. Visit Pia's J&J Gaming area and check in through their player payback to enter to win some terrific signed jerseys given away on Fridays in March. D. Brown, Dick Butkus, Nick Anderson, and Devin Witherspoon. It's the
March memorabilia giveaway.
Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue, saying go Illini.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and this Saturday. Another couple of days of outstanding weather for early springtime-ish across the area. Temperatures staying mild, downright warm come Thursday and Friday with increasing shower thunderstorm chances as a dynamic storm makes its way from the plains into the upper Great Lakes region. Mostly sunny for the day today, 68 as west-southwesterly winds turn to the northwest this afternoon. Mostly clear, chillier tonight. We'll bottom out at 38 with a diminishing north-northeasterly wind through the night. Tomorrow back to unseasonably mild weather in the afternoon, partly cloudy, high to about 67, and a bit of a south wind for the afternoon. Lows in the 40s tomorrow night and seasonably warm for the day on Thursday. Breezy, partly sunny, small chance for a shower late morning, late afternoon up to 73. A couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms for Friday. Some scattered showers over the weekend. 76 on Fridays, mid-60s and dropping Saturday into the upper 40s on Sunday. Back to the 50s Monday, 60s next Tuesday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, epidemiologist Greg Soldgay.
At ABC, it's your chance to get that air conditioner and furnace you've needed. ABC Heating and Air Conditioning can now offer 12 months same as cash, 9.9% financing, or up to $2,000 cash back on residential Amana units. Whether you need a furnace and or air conditioner, you can take advantage of this deal through the end of March. ABC means always be comfortable. Let locally and family-owned ABC take care of you. Call Gina today at 217-352-5400 or visit abcheatingandac.com.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
What'd Tony say?
He said Will could make $2 million at the U of I next year. Be a lottery pick in 26. At least it's worth a thought, no?
No, I mean, I don't think we're at that level in NIL.
On the $2 million?
The whole football team gets $5 million. The whole football team. So I don't think basketball's got the budget to go $2 million on one guy. I don't think. I mean, there's always people that can step up, write the check.
Mm-hmm.
But Will's going to be, if he's projected at 22 or whatever, I think he's in the top 20 now. I mean, do you take the $2 million that I'm offering him, or do you go ahead and take, say, the 4-year deal at $14 million? The issue too comes down to will I get hurt? What if I have a career-ending knee injury? Could happen.
Mm-hmm.
So can you buy insurance for that? Yeah, you can. Then you got to get into projections of what you're worth, what the future would hold, and all these other things, and then they put a value on you, and then you pay your premium to play one more year of college basketball when, in fact, you're guaranteed this kind of money, $14 to $20 million. I just think the advice is you got to take that. There's no guarantees for tomorrow. So take the money, secure your family's wealth. You're good. You're good forever, as long as you got honest people with you. Otherwise, you'll blow it, and that's understandable. A lot of people do. They spend it all because it's going to keep coming. Anyway, it's mind-boggling, isn't it? We're talking about kids that are seniors in high school, which is what Will Riley really should be.
Yes.
And so Cooper Flagg, for that matter, is a senior in high school.
I feel like Will had a haircut coming into
Yeah,
the
he did.
Purdue
A very nice trim. I don't know who did it, but well done.
Uh-huh.
Liked it. Cooper Flagg is a twin who's a high school senior. So Cooper is playing up, and he's just 18.
Will's 19 now.
He turned 19.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he played up. That sounded like a 19. 19's too old for senior, isn't it? Anyway, he was scheduled to be a senior in high school, but Will Riley made the jump.
But Cooper is 18.
Yeah, Cooper, again, is a twin in high school. It's like, whoa, you're going to make 57. Why didn't I go pro, bro?
I see.
I think his brother's very good, too. He'll probably be the next Flag at Duke. Whatever.
Huh.
Okay, Diane, we will congregate to you tomorrow. Thank
Always
you.
fun to do the show. Enjoy the day.
You as well, Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. The boys this afternoon talking Big Ten basketball tournament and more. And Merez is back, and I'm sure that Derek for sure will have stuff on that. Thank you for listening. I'm Stevie J. Have a great Tuesday.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Pia's Sports Bar and Grill has their
March memorabilia giveaway.
Enter to win one of 4 signed Illini jerseys. Visit Pia's J&J Gaming area and check in through their player payback to enter to win some terrific signed jerseys given away on Fridays in March. D. Brown, Dick Butkus, Nick Anderson, and Devin Witherspoon. It's the
March memorabilia giveaway.
Pia's 1609 West Springfield Avenue, saying go Illini.
Illinois basketball star Merez Johnson on needing some help from Sarah Champagne and Ben Quattrone.
I was going back home for a weekend and I was going to be downtown. I text Ben, can I get a different car, go to Chicago? And I got something small, a nice Buick, something that was nice. I got my car back when I came. It was quick. Ben and Sarah Champagne took care of me.
And Sarah Champagne would do that for you too. Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
Fighting Illini fans, your Illinois football team is coming off a 10-win season as Citrus Bowl champs. This fall, Illinois returns 18 starters from the Citrus Bowl victory, including star quarterback Luke Altmaier for a third straight season. Led by head coach Brett Bielema, the Fighting Illini are listed on nearly every major top 25 ranking for the 2025 season. Stay up to date on all things Fighting Illini football at fightingillini.com. We can't wait to see you back in Memorial Stadium this fall.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at